on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do y'all value efficiency in like it really mattering about how you feel how a player played in the series?
I mean, it helps a lot if you make your shots, but
I value it in
absolutely
theory.
works.
Like in theory, because I'll explain. In theory, efficiency means the offense is benefiting from you. That's what, in theory, your offense is better with you. But that's not true in every sense of the word. There are some people who are really efficient scorers, but it's not actually impacting the offense in terms of the shots they're generating for themselves and for others, or just even like the usage, the actual shot attempts. Like, yeah, you're efficient. You took 12 shots. You didn't actually move the needle of the game. Whereas there's someone else who might put more pressure on the defense, create more shots for other people, and in turn still like draw fouls, whatever the case may be, that still ends up extending their team's chances of scoring beyond actual scoring efficiency. But in theory, for the most part, like for the most part, you can look at someone. If someone scores 30 efficiently, for the most part, they help their team in that game for the most part. So you could just look at that and assume that was the case, but it doesn't apply in every case. So that's why I say in theory I value it, but it can.
I value efficiency most for people that are playing like the Klay Thompson role. I value efficiency for them. You know what I'm saying? Like my weak side shooters, my those guys. I value efficiency for them and like my backup center. You know what I'm saying? I value efficiency for those guys more than anybody.
Yeah, you would like, because a Klay Thompson or somebody, the weak side shooter, they're getting shots created for them, which means they're typically more open shots. So yeah, I get that. You would like for your people to hit open shots pretty
or like that, or that Gortat role when he was playing behind Dwight Howard. You know what I'm saying? Like, that guy, you come in, you play 15, 16 minutes. I need you to go 6 for 8. You know what I'm saying? I need you to, you know what I'm saying, 5 for 7, knock down your free throws, get offensive rebounds, stuff like that. My star player, I'm only tripping off your efficiency if you're, if you're chucking, if you know what I'm saying, if you're shooting just extreme tour dates, like, all right, bro, we need to work something out. But other than that, like, I'm not really tripping that much.
Probably prefer if players aren't efficiency dependent. Like if you're able to be impactful while being inefficient, I probably prefer you to someone whose impact is entirely tied to them having to be efficient.
Right.
Now that doesn't
like
mean
if you
that
can play defense.
Yeah. Sure, like if you can play defense, if you're able to consistently get paint touches, if you're able to collapse the defense, if you're able to create for others. Like Cade Cunningham's scoring efficiency isn't like the end of the world to me. Now, I would prefer if he did everything he does and then could also just like make 38% of his pull-up threes. Like that'd be nice. But like I'd probably prefer a player who is less tied to efficiency being their way of impacting the game. And then you have like the outliers who are like, I can impact the game tremendously, and I'm like the most efficient volume scorer ever. Shout out to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shout out to like Steph Curry. Like those type of guys, you got it. But other players like Allen Iverson's efficiency doesn't really bother me that much. Right. Especially now. Like maybe back in the day, it probably bothered me more.
Another player though, like to me that I think has been tremendously undervalued, and I'm starting to regain my appreciation for him myself because of all of those things, is Jason Tatum. I think Jason Tatum in the past few seasons, we have kind of hyper focused on his lack of scoring efficiency, which is a real critique of his game. But in doing that, I do think we like undersell and undervalue all of the different aspects of basketball that he's really good at and provides his team. Like,
and
really
he doing so much other shit too. Real talk.
He can rebound. He can he's doing all of these things at a really high level, and it's like, oh, but he's averaging 28 on like league average efficiency, and it's like, yeah, you would. I mean, to be honest, if
really player, that's why.
Yeah, if Jason Tatum was 28 on +7, he'd be the best player in the league. That's basically what you're asking him.
No.
If Jason Tatum was a high volume, high efficient scorer, he would be in that conversation.
He'd be damn near a perfect basketball player.
That's what I'm saying.
Real talk. Also, real talk. At the same time, that nigga is a two-way player. Out of all the guys that they be talking about, that's the best player. Them niggas not two-way like him though. That's
The only other one
Shay's
was
not
Joel.
two-way?
Was the only other one was Joel. Shea don't play defense on the level of Jason Tatum and Joel Embiid.
Oh, I
He's
agree
not.
with
He's
that.
not. Yeah, he's not. He's not there. But
you wouldn't call him a two-way player.
I don't.
I would argue
but
Jason Tatum
I'm
doesn't
not
play
mad.
defense like Joel did either, but I'm fine.
Right, but
Sure,
he's
but Mars, you know who
much
talking about
he's
when we
much
talk about
closer to
defense.
Joel Embiid. Like he's much
Yeah.
closer to Joel Embiid than he is to Shea. My thing is if you can guard on the other end and affect their one of their top players' efficiency, I'm not really tripping off. You know what I'm saying? Some of
What your
yours.
efficiency
On
is.
top of that, if you're not, on top of that, the big thing too, what are your turnovers looking like? Like if you're turning over the ball. And I don't know if that affects the calculations and the formulas of these efficiency conversations that y'all have. So do that because your turnovers.
Yeah, we have a new.
Some scoring efficiency stats count turnovers. I think those are the better ones, but
Right.
like true shooting doesn't. Yeah.
We also have a new phrase this year, Oxen, turnover economy. Add that one to your role.
Yeah, turnover
Okay,
economy's
I'm gonna
become
check
very
that out.
popular.
I'm
the
Mars.
rising
I got
shade.
2 more years
Very
with this shit.
popular.
Nah,
I can't
Dritch,
deal with no
let's
motherfucking
research that. Let's research that because that might be
I
a
can't
good
deal
one.
with that shit.
But if you're not turning over the ball, but you're playing defense on one of the other team's top 2 scorer type players, and you're an offensive rebound threat, you're an efficient basketball player unless you're shooting toward dates. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're shooting toward dates, right? And the other question I had is Shavonte his run name?
Yeah.
So
I think
it
so,
is?
yeah.
That is his run name?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like
I
everything Mars said was
Oh,
a shot at Luke Kennard. I feel like what you were saying earlier about like if your whole game is predicated on efficiency, I don't really fuck with you. I feel like you were talking about Luke Kennard. What were you?
I didn't actually have a player in mind when I said it, but like I do think Luke Kennard kind of applies. I didn't watch the game; he just had a triple double or whatever. So shout out to him. I don't know what he was actually doing, but shout out to him.
I mean, he was our other ball handler besides LeBron that game. So
oh, nice. You guys lost.
yeah,
but yeah, it's just more of just a general statement, and I also think like efficiency is more than shot attempts. I do like that there are some formulas that factor in like if you miss a shot, get your rebounds and then score. True shooting will say that's 50% true shooting. In my mind, you used one scoring possession. Like you didn't. There's no damage to the efficiency in that. So shout out to Moses Malone. Getting a little bit higher on him. So like that, I said a little bit. Like nothing's changed really. But he's a little bit better. Also, I think if you're turning the ball over trying to score the basketball, that's also inefficient. It just doesn't count as a shot attempt, but you've taken away your team's possession. There's not even an offensive rebound opportunity if your team missed because you didn't get a shot up. So I think that hurts your efficiency. I also think like dribbling the air out the ball and dribbling the possession down is not efficient basketball. Like regardless of whether or not you make or miss the shot at the end, because once again, the theory of basketball. This
it's okay, real talk. It's okay, real talk.
He is cooking right now, real
Are
talk.
these two James Harden fans?
Yeah,
I can like James Harden. Still not saying he's the most efficient brand of basketball.
Mars, you were almost there.
I think he
Talk
optimized
about the grenade launchers.
Mars, don't let him knock you off your pivot.
It's not going. I can fit James Harden into this. I think James Harden optimized his shot profile in terms of the analytics, the rim, free throws, threes. But that doesn't mean I still think he played a more efficient brand of basketball than someone else. When I talk about like if you're dribbling the air out the ball, if you're unable to generate a clean look on that possession, your team now has very little opportunity to generate a clean look because you've now wasted the whole possession trying to get what you wanted. One issue I had with James Harden against the Warriors in those years, I still think he played really great in those series, is very often you would find him trying to hunt the matchup he wants. And when Golden State didn't give it to him, the Rockets would have 7 seconds to try and create offense and they had nothing because James Harden was still 30 feet away from the rim. Now, regardless of whether or not James Harden made something out of that situation, that's not efficient offense to me. That's bad process.
7 seconds or less.
Yeah, ideally, you want to be scoring early in the clock. And even if nothing materializes early, you still have 17 seconds to go generate something. That's a big reason why I love Steve Nash so much. Steve Nash's ability to push pace means either you create something in the first 7 seconds of the clock, or if nothing materializes, you can now bring it out. You have 17 seconds.
That's why Indiana is so good right now as well.
Yeah, the way James Harden used to approach.
No, not right now. Real talk, but
well, you know,
yeah, because
you give Magic Johnson his flowers for the same thing.
Magic Johnson was another person who did that a lot. A person who I think is a really great player but didn't do that was Chris Paul. Chris Paul didn't do that to the same degree as a guy like Steve Nash. He was a bit more methodical in the way he approached it. So it wasn't to the same degree as like a James Harden. A Luka is a little bit like that. So when I talk about efficiency, generally speaking, yeah, I'm going to be talking about just scoring efficiency, the numbers, whatever. But if you ask me what is an efficient basketball player, it's going to be how many dribbles do you take to get off what you need to get off? How much of the clock do you use to get off what you get off? How versatile are you? Like Kobe Bryant is an efficient basketball player. You can't convince me he's not. Like regardless of like the relative true shooting says he's like still efficient, it's like +3 or whatever. But like the fact that you can deploy him in so many areas of the floor, the fact that he can play in so many play types, the fact that he can play under so many different roster constructions, that's an efficient player. He finds ways to impact the game regardless of roster construction, regardless of teammates, regardless of spacing, regardless of what role you put him in. That's efficiency, regardless of if he's +8 true shooting or not. Zach LaVine's true shooting is higher than Kobe Bryant's. You aren't about to convince me Zach LaVine's a more efficient basketball player than Kobe Bryant, because Zach LaVine has the issue similar to James Harden. He uses a lot of pick and roll. If nothing materializes, your offense dies, because he's not a good enough decision maker to understand pick and roll defenses. So he either shoots the ball, and if he does shoot, he's efficient. But when he doesn't shoot, the offense just dies completely, because he's used so much of the clock trying to generate his own offense that when he doesn't, there's nothing else to happen, and the offense once again stagnates. So there's more to efficiency than just overall like.
But that's why
that's what I'll be talking about when I'll be talking about the game of basketball. Like, yes, to real talk point, yes, I was a James Harden fan because what he, like Mark said, what he did to optimize what they needed to do, he did it. He defied basketball logic when it came to that. But as far as when I'm watching games and I see guys just keep hunting the same damn mismatches over and over again, and then when it don't work, now you got 5 seconds, and then you take a bullshit ass shot or you try to foul bait. Like, what are we doing? Like that's the shit that I hate, because it's like it's more to basketball than pick and roll. It's more to basketball than ghost screen, shooting threes, lobs at the rim. Like, it's more to that. So when we do be talking about these conversations about getting inefficient mid-range jump shots, now I think Tari Eason take too many of them motherfuckers, because the way he been shooting, and for him to shoot that shit, those are bad shots, not because it's a mid-range shot. It's because the selection and the time he took it is just like, that wasn't a good shot regardless of, unless you was fucking KD. But that's my only problem with this efficiency argument, is because the game is manipulated so much to where you only look efficient if you play this style of basketball. And that's just not true. And that's why I always be like, when we having debates, I'll be like, sometimes I'll be dismissing certain efficiency stats because I'm like, that's just not how the game is played, to be honest with you.
And another point too, like, this is why, because me and Mars, we've had this back and forth about, like, regarding Luka's process and his willingness to shoot 12 step back threes in a particular game. And it's like, to me, I just feel like if you're going to have that kind of play style, the James Harden, the Luka Doncic, the reason why you making your shots matter is because of what you just outlined, Mark. Like, to me, you have to justify playing like that.
Yeah.
Because that is bad basketball. I think like we all can agree on that. That is a bad version of basketball. So you, in your version of bad basketball, you need to justify it with accuracy and efficiency. James Harden did, so cool. You know what I'm saying? But like, that's why I get on Luka about, why are you 2 for 12 from 3?
Oh, you can get on them, but I can't, though. Real talk. You can get on them, but I can't.
I can't either. I've been deemed a Luka hater because it's like, if we're already playing such a style of basketball in which you're dominating the basketball for large sections of the game and for majority of possessions. So we have to justify the lack of movement, the lack of ball movement, the lack of man movement, the lack of off-ball action going on with you. You are directly tied to that. So you need to stop shooting 12 threes if you're only going to make 2
when you 1 for 7, try something else. Real talk. That's my thing. Like,
that's something. What I be saying.
And you know what's crazy about the best shooter in the world, Steph Curry? That nigga not shooting all them off the dribble threes like that, like these step back bullshit ass threes. It's always
a lot of catch and shoot too.
And that's what I don't get when people be trying to go band for band with Steph. I know people be like, turnovers aren't created equal. Nigga, threes ain't created equal. Like, you first of all, you can't go band for band with him. That's number one. You can't go band for band with him. Number two, the way he's shooting his threes and the way you shooting them, who told you like that was smart? Okay, Steph just made 3 threes in a row. I'm gonna shoot 3 step backs. Like, nigga, a step back is a difficult shot. I don't give a fuck who you are. It's a difficult shot. But Steph shots, catch and shoot. A lot of them be catch and shoot. Catch and shoot, one bounce, get away, hand off, shoot, dribble, pull it up from the middle of the floor because he's in the middle of the floor. He can see everything. That's a walk-up jump shot, not pick and roll. Move, ISO, step back. Nigga, that's a difficult shot. We live as a defender. He make or miss it. We live. Like, that's the bottom line. But hey, I can't say that though, real talk, because I'm a Luka hater. I'm a European hater. That's what it is. I'm a European hater, so I can't say none of that shit.
It's the panel. Religion get built on cam. Where the chat throw smoke and the host go ham. You ain't never seen hoops all hit the raw. Every take got weight, every night we drop. This that barbershop. Courtside, worldwide tone. Welcome to the only show that really feel like numbers jumping like the score.